Welcome back to Buzz TV. I'm Howard Wolpoff, your host. Sometimes we find people who are just doing amazing things in our community, actually spanning throughout the country, in the world sometimes. And here's a story like that. We have Cari Rickman from Sharing Smiles Team Meagan, who really goes out and helps children in a great time of need. Cari, welcome to the Buzz.
Thank you.
So why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about your story?
So we started this program about 4 years ago. What it does is we send these blanket packages along with toys and things for the children that are in the hospital or are going to a lot of doctor's appointments due to a life-threatening illness or a terminal illness. And we have sent to over 50 states and a couple different countries now doing this. We feel like it makes them know that somebody cares about them while they're in the hospital.
So this really is something that the kids get excited about and really warms their day when they receive something like this.
Oh yeah, it does. I have hundreds of pictures of kids with thank you notes and all cuddled up in the blankets, either in the hospital or, you know, at home, but even some on airplanes where they're taking them for treatments into other cities or states. Yes.
So how did you get started with all this?
We got started with this whenever our daughter passed away at 17, waiting on a third heart transplant. She had already had 2 heart transplants and unfortunately was in a need of the third whenever she did pass away, waiting on that. And she always felt isolated and alone at these hospitals because she'd be there for weeks on time.
Sure.
Yeah. And so when she'd get a package, it would just make a horrible day so much better, that she knew somebody cared about her and that people really did know she was still, you know, there. You know, it was hard on her.
So you actually had life experience that showed that there was a need to
there's
bring that
definitely
warmness to children in the hospital like this.
There's definitely a need. I know some kids that have been in the hospital for over a year waiting on transplants. And they're day in, day out in that hospital room, and they miss their friends, they miss their schools, they see their friends going to Valentine's parties or birthday parties, and they're stuck there. And so it does help whenever they realize, you know, here, I got this blanket or I got this package that's going to keep me busy for a while, and somebody really does care about me.
So how are you connecting with the children in need? How are you finding them?
We run exclusively on Facebook. We have a Facebook page called Sharing Smiles Team Meagan, and a lot of parents will come out to that. Somebody will say, hey, refer them over to our website, and they'll ask the page. Or we actually have people that'll come to us and say, could you possibly send to this child? We'll sponsor them. Can you send to them? And we will.
So you collect sponsorships as well for this?
Oh, yes. We do. We collect sponsorships. A lot of ladies in this area donate fleece, and they donate the toys and stuff. But we do ask for a $10 donor or sponsorship so that we can mail them out. That covers our postage cost. But
okay. And there's a number of different things here. I see blankets, I see books, I see...
Oh, and that's not even half of it.
Socks.
Yeah, we actually send Play-Doh in it. We send, they love the socks, by the way. The socks and the teddy bears seem to be their favorites. But coloring books, a lot of times we'll send games. Anything that we can find to put in it. I just brought a couple of the items, but usually the package is piled high, so that it gives them something to do in the hospital. Puzzles is a big thing that we send out to them too. Yeah, the parents appreciate that. They're like, oh yes, puzzles and Play-Doh. We've got our day set. So it's nice whenever they open it up, and it comes in this big package that has hearts all over it, and they actually like the hearts too. So.
Well, it's amazing to be able to warm up a day like that. Just something so simple, so nice, and really not a great expense, but just it's a box of love that you're sharing with the kids.
Yep. And we just had a blanket party not too long ago. 15 women came together and made 41 blankets, because that's our biggest expense in terms of the stuff is the blankets. A lot of them donated a lot of the fleece themselves and helped make it. We have 2 blanket parties coming up, one in March and one in April, where our goal is to get 60 more blankets done. And we're not a huge organization where we're sending out a ton of them a week. We probably send out, 12 to 20 a month. And one of the problems is because these blankets have to be made, and the child picks out their blanket. They tell us what they want, whether they want Superman, Spider-Man, Hello Kitty, princesses, and superheroes is the big thing. And Frozen's coming back right now too.
Frozen's going to be huge very, very soon again.
Yes, Frozen's going to be really huge.
Well, what's the best way for people to get in contact with you, learn more about what you're doing, and really create that relationship between you and a child?
You should, they should come out to Facebook, Sharing Smiles Team Meagan. You can also look it up as Team Meagan 96 on Facebook. That'll take you to the page as well. And just PM the page, and somebody will get back to you.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, not just for sharing the story, but sharing what you do. It's really amazing that you're doing this for kids and really brightening up tons and tons of different days.
It's fun to see the smiles. And if you go out to the page, you'll see the hundreds of smiles and the kids with their blankets. Excellent. And all. It's really neat. It's heartwarming.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us here on our segment today. Go to JacksonvilleBuzz.com, learn more about Sharing Smiles and Team Meagan and what they're doing, and participate. This is such a great cause. Really would great to help share a few more smiles if that's all possible. But go out and have a great day today. We'll see you next time on Buzz TV.